Good morning, guys. Good morning. This is Darryl with Lee's Lawn Care and Services. Good morning to you guys. Good to see you. Yeah, I'm all dressed up today, but it's kind of a somber day today, man. Going to one of my old co-workers' funerals, man. It's not a good thing, you know. Worked with this guy for, I think he was at our store for like 8 years. I worked with him before I wound up leaving and going completely on my own with my business. And man, we had some really good times. And I hate to say it, man, it's like these last couple of years, like I told a friend of mine, I've lost more friends in the last 3 to 4 years than I've lost in about 20 plus years, man. It's crazy. It is crazy. You know, my grandpa, my grandma, and friends. COVID took quite a few of my friends, and it's just man, it's crazy out here. And man, we got to cherish our lives, man, as best we can. Your friends, keep those connections strong, man. You never know. And in his situation, I'll talk a little bit about it. He got in a bad accident and was killed. He was caught the back of an 18-wheeler, flipped the truck, threw him out the truck. He was on the highway, man, and killed him instantly. And just bad, man. Just, I don't know. But I know he was going through something because a few years prior, man, his wife died of cancer, and she had beat it once. It went into remission, and she was able to, get back on her feet, and she was able to do that, and then it came back, and when it came back, it was with the vengeance, man. It came back, and it took her out, along with another friend of ours, that I work with. It took him out. Man, it's tough, man. It is tough. And what it was with her, it took her out, and he was still here, and I know he was depressed behind that, and she had been gone for the last, I think, 2 years. Either 2 or 3 years. I'm thinking 2 years at the most. And I think depression just really got to him, in my opinion, because he was drinking heavily a lot again, and that's, you're trying to, I don't know, trying to get your mind, I guess, off the situation, and you do other things to occupy your mind, I think, because he was a drinker at one time before, and then he had went to some meetings and all, and he got clean from it, and then he was an occasional drinker, and at the time we was both doing a lot of cruises. He would do them, I would do them. I think in my lifetime, I think I've done about 10 cruises in my lifetime. And I think he's done about I want to say about 5 or 6 of them he might have done, in his time, and I wound up leaving, and I had to do what I had to do, it's what he told me. He said, you got to do what you feel is best for you. He said, I can't tell you what to do, but you got to do what you feel is best for you. And I did that. I left there, and I went work for another company doing pretty much the same job. in hindsight, looking at it, I should have probably stayed where I was, but everything happened for a reason, you know. So I left there, went work for another job for 2 years, doing the same thing, and I was like, you know what? I just need to go ahead and do my lawn and landscape full-fledged, you know, and that's what I did, you know. And for the last 7 years, you know, my income has been lawn and landscape. It hasn't been nothing else. Nothing else but that, lawn and landscape. You know, that's my income. That's how I make my bare bones, you know. And it's covered, you know, it's covered my bills and everything. So, and put money in my pocket. So I think I made the right decision. You know, I'm happy with what I'm doing, and I make the schedule that I want, you know, which is, you know, that's what I want. You know, I go when I want. I come in when I want. I do what I want, you know, because I'm my own boss. But, you know, and I tried to talk to him, you know, about doing some different things. He had been with the company for 40 years, you know, and we worked together for, I want to say, I was there for 10 years. I was there. And he came from another store and came to our store. And I worked with him for 8 years. Because when I was there, when I got off of overnights, they put me in lumber. And so I was running the lumber department for 2 years before he transferred in from another store, and then they put me in gardening because gardening was having some issues. So we went down there as a team, and we fixed a lot of issues, and we made the company very, very successful. So that's kind of how that went. And I used to talk to him about that. I'm like, man, you don't think about doing something else, you know? He'd hint at some things, you know, he'd think about doing, but that was his life, you know, staying there doing that, you know, and that's what he wanted to do. And I couldn't change him. But he asked me, he said, yeah, man, get me some business, you know, get me some business. And so I got him some business, but he'd never show up. You know, people would call him, say, hey, come give me a price on, you know, cutting the yard. And it was close in his area, and then people would call him and he would have to turn them down. Then I'd talk to him, and he'd tell me, he said, man, you know, I ain't got time to get out there. And I said, well, you asked me to get you some business. I'm trying to give you some leads. I'm getting a lot of business out here. You know, I can't do everything, you know. And he said, I can't get out there, man. You know, they got me trapped in here all these hours I work in here and blah, 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 you know. And I'm like, well, I work a lot of hours too, but I still make time to get out there. He said, man, once I leave here, I'm so tired. All I want to do is go home and, you know, watch TV and put my feet up, you know. I'm like, well, I feel that way too, but when I left work, I got the gear and went to work because I knew that I had other things going on. Now, I didn't have as many clients as I have today, but I had enough of them to where I had to get off my butt and get out there and get to work, you know, because I knew that was my supplemental income at the time, you know. The job was the main income, and my grass cutting was my supplemental income. And then when my supplemental income started making more than my regular income, you know, then my supplemental income become my regular income, and the job, you know, that got terminated, put it that way. So that's how that went. But very great guy, man. He was a good guy. He was kind of grumpy, you know, but he always meant well, you know. And a lot of people didn't know how to take him, you know, when they talked to him, because they didn't know how to deal with him. And I have a unique way of, you know, of figuring out, you know, how to deal with people. And I figured out how to deal with him, you know. People have tendencies and different things like that. And you kind of got to let them, you know, do their thing, so to speak. And then, you know, you figure out how to deal with them. And so to me, I figured out how to deal with him, and we had a great relationship. Communicated very well. I went to his house a couple of times. He used my machines when I first got him. I went over there by him, and he had this massive amount of land that he had. I said, man, take this Z out there. Let's see what this thing can do. We tearing it up, and it just, man, it was awesome. And it's gonna be sad. Today I gotta go pay tribute to a man who did a lot of things for me. He believed in me. I believed in me, and I take some of the things that he taught me. I still use them to this day. And I'm very, very grateful and thankful for that. Because he helped shape my career. Because I had just got there not that long before he had got transferred in, and I knew some stuff because I had seen some things. But the more you work with people with more experience, the more well-rounded you become. And so, just watching him handle things and deal with things and how he handled it, it taught me, how to handle stuff and how to do things and, how to better my career. And I mean, for me, what was eye-opening for me was that I saw a lot of people there, and they had been there for years, and I was doing my side thing along with doing the manager thing, and I just felt like I could do more, like, by myself. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys. I felt like I was making the company a lot of money, which we were. We were responsible for millions of dollars, on annually. That's what we were. And I felt like if I could put that much effort into that company and make them millions of dollars, I could make money for myself. I might not make millions of dollars, but I could live a comfortable living for myself. If I applied the same principles and worked hard for myself, then I could do it. And I did, and my business is successful. In my opinion, people may have different opinions, and that's fine. But in my opinion, my business is very successful because it sustained me, it sustained my family, for years now. And it's still doing that, and I have no complaints. But, it's just sad to see him go, man. It's, I used to check in and see him every now and then when I get supplies. And then they moved them to overnights, and I didn't get to see him as much because, I'm at home sleeping or whatever during that time. I'm not up, I'm not staying out that late. When I used to drive Uber a lot, I used to be out like 4 or 5 in the morning, But I would make it a point to see him, like when I went and got supplies and all that. And I go talk to him, see what they're doing, and see what they, what they're up to. And he'd be there working, doing the same thing, Say, how's the family, man? That family's great. I'm checking on you, man. How you doing? Say, I'm making it, And he was. He'd be making it, And it's crazy because they used to fuss at us because we work with our people, In some cases, outworked our people. And the managers would be fussing at us and saying, well, that's not what you're supposed to be doing. You are the manager. You get your people to do all the work. And you sit back and you just manage your people. Well, we did that. We managed our people, but we also got in and helped our people do what we needed them to do. Because at the end of the day, it's still a reflection of us, and so we did that. And it was just a template, man. When you wanted something done, you can assign stuff to certain people and get it done. But then when it came down to it, you know, and you needed it done a certain way, and you needed it done, you know, how you needed it done, we got in there and we did it ourselves, you know, and we had them help and show them, you know, how we wanted it. But that's kind of how that went, you know. And he's going to be missed, man. It's going to be a tough day today. I got a lot of co-workers that's going to be there. You know, they're going to be there, and it's just going to be a tough day. I see look like an unmarked cop car, and I don't know, that's just kind of weird. He's an unmarked car, and he's flashing his lights, and I don't blame him. I don't know if he's trying to pull somebody over or get them to get out of the way. I don't know what the situation is, but I know that if I was a car that he was behind, I wouldn't pull over for him. I drive straight to the police station, and we'd settle it right there, because a lot of these crooks and all are being portrayed as they coming out being cops and all, and they wind up hurting people and all this other stuff. So, you know, I don't blame him. I wouldn't take the chance. But now, look, he's getting off now, so he might not have been legitimate. You know, he might not have been legitimate. So, yeah, that's bad, man. So, but yeah, guys, you know, hey, man, cherish your friends, man. I mean, you never know, man. This world is changing, you know, and people they're leaving us daily, man. It's tough, you know. So, you know, be kind to people, you know, and appreciate the time that you have when you spend with people, because you never know, it might be your last, you know. And like I said, I seen him a couple times when I get supplies during the day, but then when they moved him to nights, I never really saw him again. But I saw, you know, some of the workers that knew where he was at when I get supplies, and I'd ask them, I said, well, how is he doing? They said, you know, he's real depressed about his wife dying and all, and he's been drinking a lot. I'm like, oh, goodness. You know, he's like, yeah, you know, and he's on nights, so he's kind of buried away, you know, where nobody can really get to him, you know, and talk to him. And that's kind of what that was, you know. You know, when you go to nights, you know, and if you're doing a good job at night, then they keep you at nights. It's hard for you to get off them nights. It was hard for me to get off of them nights until they came to us and said, look, we got too many managers at night. We need a couple of y'all to come to days. And I went to days. I'm like, yep, I'll go. And I went to days, and that was probably one of the best moves that was ever made, because at night you're a forgotten man. You know, they forget all about you. You know, you just click the button that says what it is, autopilot, so to speak, and that's it. So guys, I'm almost here, and I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit. You know, hey, appreciate everything that's happening around you, man. You never know when it could be your last. You know, and I love you guys, and you guys take care. I will catch you on the next video, and hopefully I don't break down, you know, during this ceremony. So you guys take care. I'll keep you in my prayers as well. I hope you guys keep me in your prayers, you know, and you guys I'll continue to just love each other, and whatever that problem is, you know, put that problem aside, man. You know, move on. You know, you can forgive a person. Don't forget what happened, but you can forgive them and move on. You don't have to hold on to that stuff, you know, that malice or whatever that is. So love you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.